everyone.
Hello.
It's been a while.
It's been, what, like a month? Or
Um, a month is a while for us, I feel like. Well,
it is. It's ages.
it's like the minimum.
Wait, actually, you only release every 2 weeks. Well, it's been a while anyway.
I mean, I hope everyone's been okay in the interim. I know that I've had people ask, how's the podcast? Where's the podcast? And I'm like, I don't know. It's somewhere. You just gotta go find it.
Hey, you tell me. It's on Spotify and iTunes. You should know that. YouTube too. Come on.
And SoundCloud, where it really pops off.
Facts. For some, and like, you know, or in Ohio. Where were we getting lots of listeners from?
Ohio. And then for some reason, we're also getting like listeners in Ireland and Birmingham and UK and yeah, no, the stats on SoundCloud are crazy. I don't know if people are actually listening or if people just use VPNs to make it seem like they're listening from other countries.
Yeah. That's weird. I don't know why, but Ohio is still the strangest to me. Like, there's nothing to do in Ohio. Oh, I guess that makes sense then. That's why they're listening to us.
So they listen to our podcast, where apparently most people listen to it at night when they're like going to sleep, which is like,
Yeah.
we're apparently a really good like wind down kind of nighttime thing.
I mean, your voice is very wind down. My voice is not wind down.
Oh man, I mean, I feel like I'm like looking at like myself right now, and like with the whole lighting situation that I've got on right now, it's very like moody.
I love it.
I
I
love
love
it.
the
It's a-
stuffed toys you got.
It's a nice change of pace, which is really great. That one, the big teddy bear. I know that I think the way the video was cropped on the podcast, you can't see it, but the big one that I have, that's my age. That was gifted to me when I was born by my brother.
What?
So basically, that's a 27-year-old teddy bear right there.
Holy shit, it's older than me.
It's probably actually older than me because it was probably manufactured before I was born, and then I just happened to have it for that amount of time. But
That's crazy. Have you seen
Yeah.
that? Have you seen that TikTok of that childhood toy? Like, I think it's like Elmer, and they had it since childhood, but then they took a video of it now, and it's like it's like in tatters. It's like eyes falling out.
oh my god, yeah. Oh gosh.
How is that not you?
I actually don't know. I mean, I've had like a lot that are in like worse shape, but for some reason that one has like stood the test of time. So, I mean, for some reason I think I named it Tiffany. So, yeah, out of all the names, I named it Tiffany. Ironic, because she's like my least favorite member too. So,
She was beyond your least favorite member.
Hmm?
She was like beyond your least. Oh, I found it. Can I show you the Elmer and all of the video people?
hell yeah. Oh my god, that's amazing.
How is that not your toy?
It's a pretty big stuffed bear, so I mean, yeah. They probably just sat on a bed most of the time, and then I had other toys. You should have seen how much I mutilated my Barbies. I like tried to be a hairdresser and like
Me
cut their hair,
too.
and just
Oh my
it did
God.
not work out in the end.
I used to pull off their heads because it was easier to cut their hair that way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, yes, you too.
And then I like try to like design, like I try to like make up my own design of like clothes for them, and I just like take paper and like wrap
Yeah,
them in
yeah,
like
yeah,
paper.
yeah, yeah. Or like
Oh my
tissue. I used to get toilet paper. Just
Oh my
like-
god, fashion icons, but like that's not that far from what fashion is today. So
It's true. It's true. Or like I would use highlighters, and like, or Sharpie
oh my god,
and color in their hair.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or
I
like
try to give them like makeup.
yeah, me too. Oh man, what a life. Those poor Barbies though.
But then like at some point there was this like scary haunted Barbie story going around like our primary school. It terrified me. It was just like about these Barbie dolls coming to life and like killing kids and stuff. It was like a chain email, but
Oh my god, those chain emails, I can't.
Oh my
Don't
God.
start. Don't start with that chain mail shit. Oh my god.
I hated it.
Oh man, like I don't know if you were of the era of it, but it was like we used to actually do like physical like letters for a while, like actual like chain mail. Okay,
That was
showing
never me.
showing
Oh my
my
God.
age.
Letters.
Showing my age. Yeah, so we'd like I don't remember if we actually mailed it to each other, but I remember that like we'd like someone would write it, and then they'd give it to like five, like they'd give the same letter to like five people, and then those same people would do the same, and it would just keep going and going. And then eventually, when we all got like email, we just did it via email, and it was like, oh my god,
Whoa, this is lit, guys. It's so easy.
oh my god, it's so much faster.
It's just like, I don't know, like, one day were you ever like, enough is enough, and you decided not to send the chain
yeah.
email? But
Yeah.
then you were like, I was like sweating, so anxious. Oh my God, she's gonna come kill me when I look in the
Oh my-
mirror tonight.
Oh my god, fucking Bloody Mary. I remember I was over at a friend's place and we were watching like one of the movies based off Bloody Mary.
There was
And
a
then it was
movie?
like, yeah, there was a movie. And what happened? It was like, I think either after the movie or just like kind of like a break in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, we all just were like, let's all go into the bathroom and say it with like the lights on and everything because we were too afraid. And you had people in like the living room just yell, don't say it! Stop saying it!
Shut up, you'll kill us all.
Oh god.
And my friend, like, I don't know, she used to come up with stories like, oh my God, I did it last night and she actually showed up and tried to kill me. And I was like, oh my God, stop. You're too much. And like, but even nowadays, like when I look in the bathroom mirror at night, you know, when your brain just like remembers Bloody Mary and you just start
my
saying
God.
it and you're like, shh, stop.
I hate, there are some days where I'm just like in bed and like there's like, I always feel like there's just like someone watching from the window. I don't know why, but there are
Yeah.
some days where it just like it's a very vivid picture, and then I need to go to the bathroom, so I just like bolt to the bathroom, and I'm like, and then I feel like they're like creeping in the shadows of like the house, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself?
I mean, like, you know, sometimes that happens to me. Like, I feel like someone's watching me from like the window or something. So like, I don't know about you. I always like go straight to the window and just like open and look outside, just like to prove to myself, like, look, it's fine. There's nothing there. Or if I think there's something in the house, I'll turn on all the lights and just like walk around.
And just make sure that nothing's there.
Yeah, and like look behind the doors, open the toilet lid.
No, I just leave all the lights off and accept my fate whenever it may come.
Oh,
So
okay. You're like, yeah, if someone's out there to get me, so be it. It is what it is.
if someone's peeping out my window, you know, that's okay. I was gonna say that's great. That's
That's
not great,
okay.
but I mean, that's fine.
Hey, I mean, like, at least they're just peeping, you know? It could be worse.
They could be climbing into my window and trying to kill me. You're right.
Facts. Exactly.
Oh man, I don't know where this conversation went, but I'm glad that it went somewhere.
Ugh. It's just, ugh. Yeah, I just want to, like, take care of that situation ASAP.
I mean, I feel like honestly, like I avoided a lot of like all the creepypasta stuff that used to go around when we were like younger.
Mm.
Or like people just used to like regurgitate creepypasta stories about like, I remember there was like a Mickey Mouse one, and there were like a couple of other ones that I can't think of right now, but
Yeah.
I just, no thanks.
I was like obsessed with creepypastas at some point. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember like Cry, that old YouTuber.
Mm.
I think he was
Yeah,
cancelled recently, but he used to do those like creepypasta reads, and I used to listen to them
But before he was cancelled.
before he was cancelled, of course. And there were like a few other like creepypasta YouTubers that I used to like listen to and stuff. I don't know. It's just like it's interesting.
Wasn't like Corpse Husband technically like one of those guys?
Corpse
as well?
was too, huh?
Yeah.
Because he had
I mean,
the
his-
voice for creepypastas.
He had the voice. I mean, he did it initially, like when they show like videos of like his older videos.
Yeah.
I think because like the only reason why his voice is so deep is because it's like a medical condition, so you can tell that like over
Ah.
time it's like progressed to be a lot deeper to like what it is now. But when you listen to like his original videos, his voice, it's either he pitched them up or like his voice wasn't that as deep as it is now.
Wow. Damn. There you go. I had no idea. I just thought he was built different.
You know, apparently it's a medical condition, so
Damn.
it's not a bad medical condition to have.
Yeah. You sound great, so.
He's hella simped over, so, you know.
Facts. Just a voice.
I mean,
yeah.
there's a voice can do a lot. I mean, I've definitely like fallen head over heels for a person just because they had a really nice speaking voice, but that's just
Really?
me. Yeah, it was kind of weird. I kind of remember like the first time I like met him, they were like in proximity to me, and like I like didn't think anything of them, and then I heard them speak, and I remember instantly in my head it was like, oh my god, that's actually so attractive. And I was hooked. That was it. That was the end of my life.
Oh, wow. That was the end of my life. Even. Right. Is that a love language or something?
Oh, yes, like liking
Sound.
a person's voice. I don't know. I like. I think I'm just like really attracted to like people with like really warm tones in their voice. I don't know what it is. Like I sometimes feel like I have a warm toned voice, and then I listen to myself back and it's like, oh my god, I sound so annoying. But
Well, no one likes the way they sound in recordings.
that is
But,
true.
I mean, my question is, what is a cold tone voice?
Like I think like a higher pitched,
Right.
more tinny sounding voice. I feel I
Right.
don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but like yeah, it's like the warm tone voice to me is like something that just sounds like a little bit comforting. It's like a lot deeper too. I mean, again, if people like Corpse Husband's voice, then you know, that's like beyond warm tone. That's like the depths of
Depths
hell.
of hell. Oh, jinx.
I'm glad that we're on the same wavelength for that.
Interesting.
I was looking and I realized I was going in bars and beats again instead of time. So
Yeah, I almost forgot to. So I guess like my question is, would you be able to fall in love with like just a voice then?
I think that would be the thing that attracts me first. Like there's always going to be something that attracts you initially to a person, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
a voice is always going to be the first thing. But if the voice attached to the person is hella annoying, then I'm just gonna be like, I don't want to listen to you anymore.
Wow.
You
Okay,
need
what
to,
if they
like-
were literally perfect in every other way, but they just happen to sound like, I don't know, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck 24/7?
I mean, if he was literally the most perfect person in every other way, I would just like take the piss out of him every other day.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That works.
The relationship dynamic, okay? We're just gonna like, I'm just gonna make fun of him all the time. He'll like laugh, haha, and be like, okay. And then he'll
He'll
break up with me
laugh.
probably. Stop. Uh, nah, I mean, it is like, yeah, it depends on what you're attracted to. But like in terms of just like I guess physical things, that's one of the physical things that I find myself attracted to sometimes. I don't know, it's weird.
Fair enough. I can respect that.
Man. It's cold. It's getting colder. Getting harder to wake up in the mornings. Hate it.
I've been trying to get back into exercising in the mornings. I don't wanna. Like, it's just so cold, and it's been so long since I moved. Are you still doing okay with, like, what are you doing? Like, 5 a.m., 4 a.m., wake up, going to the gym.
I was okay for a bit. I think the last 2 weeks haven't been great, just because like again it's been getting colder, so it's like I don't wanna get up, and also it's just like harder. Like I feel really shitty when I wake up that early, and because the whole thing, like I was telling you earlier just before we started, I bought like a wake up lamp, because it's the idea that like people's bodies will tend to wake up with the sunrise, or like when the like first light.
Can't relate, but yeah.
I mean, but yeah, like I'm generally like that. Like, that's why I can't really wake up late, because like if it's sunrise, even if like sunrise is at 7 o'clock, I'll wake up at like 7 because that's when the sun like hits and like fills the room, and then I'm awake. So the whole idea with like the sunrise lamp is that it's supposed to, you know, fire off those chemicals in your brain to start waking you up, because it makes you think that the sun is rising when it's like not yet. It also has like a wind down thing where it's like you can have it like emulate a sunset. And I'm like, no, what the heck? Like,
that's cute though.
yeah, it's mostly just like a productivity thing, because I don't really have too much trouble sleeping. It's just the waking up part, and depending on, and like like waking up part and it not aligning with my goals. So like I want to wake up earlier, and I like having that freedom to do things in the morning. So yeah, hopefully it works. I'll give you all an update once I
product review. Yay.
Product review once I've like used it a little bit more. I only got it recently, so recently being this week, so we'll see. It's only my second day with it.
I mean,
fun times.
Hopefully. Sorry, there's an ant on the wall and I have to get rid of it. Okay.
Hope you all enjoyed that intermission. If we had a sponsor, that's where the sponsored slot would be. I could just go on and on about having a sponsor, but we don't have that as of yet. We've had a lot of like emails. I don't know if you've been looking at like our email thing, and I know that this is weird for everyone to listen to as well. But if you guys ever get into podcasting and you're like pretty consistent with it and you're a small podcast, a lot of other platforms are going to try and be like, hey, come join us, come grow with us, come claim your podcast with us. And I'm like, we've been using Anchor for a while now, for everyone who's been like watching our podcast on Spotify, and the only reason we use Anchor is because we wanted to avail of we wanted the early access to be able to upload videos so you guys can watch it without having to go to YouTube all the time. But I remember we got an email, and it was from, I don't know, a company. I didn't fully read it, but it's like, you can switch over from Anchor to us. And I'm like, you're probably not offering the same things that we need right now.
You're like, how do you know?
But yeah, I mean,
like, the Anchor mailing list.
They're going through everyone who has Anchor right now and just being like, no, join us. It's like, no. Although, yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying seeing the video versions on Spotify. I don't know why it trips me out, but it does, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's such a cool addition. I'm so glad they finally like added it in. It was only a matter of time though.
Yeah, but I mean, like they just really had to like work out the kinks, and they're like rolling it out slowly, and we were just really lucky because I didn't think we were gonna get it.
No, me either.
I thought that we weren't gonna get approved for it at all because we have such a small following, and two, we're not very consistent on social media, and you know, a lot of extenuating circumstances in which I didn't think we'd qualify. And then we got the email, and I'm like, we got the email, let's go. And
but I imagine like maybe because also there aren't as many like video podcasts out there either.
That's true. And a lot of the ones that do, they mostly exist on YouTube, like, or if they want to do video podcasting, it mostly just lives on YouTube. I have a friend who started an NFT company, and as part of their business, they also do a podcast where they talk about the business and, you know, growing in the NFT space and more about like what they're doing within their NFT company. And so I'm just cool. Like, you only need to put it on Spotify, because I ain't trying to watch it on YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's so easy to get it on Spotify too.
Yeah, like it's not that like I think it's like it's harder, well, not harder, but like it's less of a process to get it on Spotify than having like music on Spotify.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and like you don't even have to monetize it. Like, I mean, not that this is turning into a how to get into podcasting
101.
101. We're not even that big, but like if you guys do want to get into podcasting, we utilized SoundCloud at first, and SoundCloud's really good. It's just that it eats up a lot of your money if
Yeah.
if you want to upload and have consistent uploading with SoundCloud. So I'm finding that now we've switched over to Anchor to do a lot more of our uploading. One, it's free. There's no limits. And if you're able to get access to video podcasting and you don't want to upload to YouTube, it's a good option to have as well. Like Spotify is one of like the bigger podcasting platforms that are out there. So it's important to get your stuff out there first. I think you're I mean, everyone's in direct competition with Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan is just
different.
goated. He's just goated. Like, I knew that he had a podcast, but I only started watching a couple of them recently when I was watching him speak to a couple of like conservative people that I follow.
Yeah.
And he's just like a really good interviewer. Like,
right.
He's just very the way he speaks is, I don't know. I don't like
Please.
not his like speech patterns, but I don't know. Like his line of questioning is very different. Are there ants still like trailing up your wall?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please keep going.
But yeah, no, he's a very good like interviewer, and he asks like really compelling questions, and especially if he doesn't agree with the person that he's talking to,
yeah,
it still makes for like a really good debate in a way that's not like heated and like no one's like going after each other, which is really
it's not
rare
an
to see. Yeah. God,
yeah.
I wish there was more of that in the world than just people yelling at each other. But it's the internet. Everyone's gonna yell at each other on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've heard a lot about his podcast and stuff, but I just like, he's too controversial for me. A lot of his viewpoints, I'm like, I don't really want to vibe with that.
That's fair. I mean, at the same time, like, he talks to a lot of like conservative political heads that I generally like will agree with as well, but he'll like heavily disagree with them. Yeah. And so, I mean, it's not that I like vibe with controversial people. It's more so, I mean, it's more like you'd rather spend your time listening to people who you like aligned with, I guess, in a way.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd get too angry listening. Get too heated about things I have opinions on.
I mean, it's like everyone,
I guess.
But I feel like that's why we avoid it here sometimes too. So I don't want to like I don't want to have to deal with people like adding us or whatever.
I know, yeah. That's not our vibe. We're just here to chill.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this whole thing has started as anyway. Just us to talk about random shit. But I mean, just like in terms of like a host and in terms of just like being a good host, he's pretty good. Is what I'm basically trying to get at. It's like there's not a lot of people who are able to be good hosts in the way that like they're really able to listen to other people speak and ask really compelling questions. In terms of that, like I think I wouldn't model myself after him just because sometimes I feel like his line of questioning is just like really trying to push someone in a corner and just be like, but you really should try this, or like I know that it doesn't align with you, but like you should do it, or like I'm gonna like get you to do it. Like I get it's like a friendly like banter type thing, but and it's like not supposed to be formal, but like you can be casual and still like have really compelling lines of questioning and not make the other person have to really talk around what you're trying to like get them to say essentially.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine it gets a tad bit biased.
Yeah, it would be, but that's how it is in general, so
impossible to avoid.
That's life. Man, but anyway, yeah, you might notice that Tyler's background's a little different, just a tad.
Just a tad, yeah. I moved
She-
out.
she said that she did the thing that she said she was gonna do in the last episode that was uploaded visually.
Really?
Yeah, because we were talking
Really?
about, you were talking about like what our New Year plans were. That was the last episode we uploaded. Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Whoa,
because-
Icon done did it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it up because it
Oh,
happened.
shit. Yeah, so I moved out. My address is psych. You thought? Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It still hasn't hit yet.
It's only been a couple of weeks, right? Or it's only been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's been like exactly 2 weeks.
Hey,
I think.
very nice.
Yeah. We haven't really like had to pay any bills yet, so it's
It's
just
not-
like
It's gonna get there.
it's waiting for that wave to come in and being like, well, shit, I have $20 left.
Yeah, right. I was like, I had a dinner party with my friends the other night, and my friend, the apartment we went to, she bought with her partner, and like another friend of mine, Nicole, you know, who we shouted out in the last time, she like bought a house with her now fiance as well in
Aw.
a Dubber, where she's like a nurse, and
Nice.
then my best friend and her boyfriend are thinking about moving out in September as well. And I'm just like, damn, y'all, it's probably easy for you guys because y'all got partners.
You
I'm
got
out here trying to move out on my own.
already got set roommates.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure. Yeah, sorry.
no, I'm just saying, I'm still down to just like move out on my own. Like it's gonna be like difficult, but again, I don't really have much of
Yeah.
a social life anyway, and like I'm not really the type to go out as much as I used to anyway. Like it's not the same vibe anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard because there's a big difference between like paying 600 a week and 300 a week with one other person. You know.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but like it also puts into perspective what you're looking for as well. Like
Yeah.
mind you, where I live, apartments, like 2-bedroom apartments are like $450,
yeah.
and I'm like happy to pay $450 a week, and
Yeah.
it's barely livable, but it's doable, and
Yeah.
I think it's a lot about like making sacrifices, but like I'm not really at a place where I want to go out all the time anymore. Like I kind of just want space to like think and breathe and just have a space of
Yeah.
my own.
I mean,
Because like,
I guess like the only concern, like you should have, is like, yeah, you're okay with paying this much rent per week, and then you have like obviously all of your other bills, and like it's livable, but in the end, like you want to make sure you still have enough money to put into savings, right?
yeah. But then that's also taken into account when I plan budgets. It's like one
Right.
of the first few things
Right.
that like,
You are a budget queen, okay?
because it's kind of like, yes, you have to consider your bills and everything, but when you're also planning out your budget for groceries, when you're planning out your budget for food and going out, you also need to work that out based around how much you're also wanting to put away and what you're putting money away for as well. So that's kind of just like how I've built my budget. Now, right now, I'm also slowly paying off my student debt because I'm a crazy person and want to do that like
You're
on
insane.
my own. But it's like for me personally, like it's not something that, you know, everyone has to do, but I just want to be in a better financial position by
Yeah.
the time I'm in my early 30s, so that I don't have to worry about it too much. And then the only thing I might have to worry about when I'm in my 30s and 40s is a mortgage. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about paying a mortgage and then still paying off my student debt, especially because I'm a relatively, I think I'm considered a low income earner, like in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, I mean, that's just me though. I know that a lot of people have been really discouraging me and just being like, you know, move out with a friend, move out with someone, but it's like there's a lot of stories of like friends moving in together, and that's what's broken friendships, and that's something that I want to like avoid.
So be it, whatever. As long as they keep to themselves and pay half the rent, it's fine.
No, but like I mean like, because I remember I was talking to a friend about like moving out with them, and we were just like talking about it in general, and the way my lifestyle kind of is right now is that because I'm trying to lose weight, I always have to meal prep everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend and I were talking about it, and he's like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, if we move in together, like I have to assign you a night to cook dinner, and then I cook dinner one night. And I'm like, that's not gonna work, because I'm on a diet and I need to be able to like, you know, plan my meals ahead of time. And he's like, well, no, you have to like pull your weight in the house. And it's like, well, yeah, but I'm also a person who kind of like, you know, like, you're not my family.
Yeah. I guess that's another thing. You have to find someone that, you know, is compatible.
Yeah.
That you can like work things out with. Yeah. And that doesn't sound like the right person to move out with for you.
I mean, I'm also just a relatively selfish person, and like I just feel like I've been around people a lot, and I've always enjoyed solitude when I need solitude. So I feel like just having the option of living alone and not having anyone in my space is kind of nice to think about.
Very nice.
But yeah, like, I mean, that's why it's a little bit harder for me to move out of the area that I live in currently, because rent for some of the apartments is not too bad in terms of just like livability. Like, there are studio apartments for like 300 to like 335.
Studio
and that's like
is definitely a good option.
Studio is a good option, except when people come over, they better not have their shoes on when they like sit on my bed.
Don't get me started. I can't. Outside clothes on the bed.
Yeah, so there's that. Although my friend was like, we want to like move out of our apartment because like we want to like move into a house. It's like, y'all want to rent that apartment out to me?
Yo, I'm right here.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh my god, and random like nostalgia trip, but like where my friend moved in was like, it was right near where my primary school is. And it's weird to see how much that suburb's like
developed,
grown. Yeah. Because like I remember early mornings, I mean, it still probably smells like manure early in the mornings, but like where my primary school was, or where my high school was, it was like surrounded by farmland.
Yeah.
And now it's like all houses, and it like tripped me out, because like we were like leaving to go home, like my friends were dropping me home, and I was like, oh shit, I know where I am, because that's the primary school there, but where we came out of, there used to be a farm right there. There used to be like
the cows. Where did they go?
Where are the horses? Where's the random manure that you could smell in the mornings? Like,
where have they put them?
But yeah, it's crazy to see how much like in the span of, I mean, I'm in my 20s, so it's not that crazy, but it's still weird to think about like how vastly different things are now.
Yeah, even places that were like already pretty developed to begin with, like remembering them from when I was like less than a meter tall.
Yeah.
And like seeing them now, it's like, whoa, it's completely different.
Sometimes I look at Darling Harbour, or like even in the span of like the time that we've been friends and hanging out within like the Darling Harbour, Darling Square space, how much it's like changed
so much.
Like every time I walk around Darling Square, and like you kind of think about it in the context of how small ICC used to be, and it's just like, we used to sit around this corner to dance, so we used to sit there used to be tables here where the Macca's was, and we used to like leave rubbish everywhere and get told off.
Those
the memories.
The days.
But mind you, that's not even that long ago, because I came back from the Philippines in 2014, and I don't think they started really developing that area until 2015, 2016. So that's not that long ago, realistically. So even in in that short span of time, it's kind of crazy. All the more you think about how much things have changed from when I was like 5 to like now. So it's weird, dude.
They're so fast with it. They're so fucking quick with it.
I
remember we were so annoyed, but like now we're just like, yeah, this is fine. I love this.
But it's so weird because like I always imagined that like building an infrastructure would take a lot longer than what it actually is. Like when my friends were like buying off plan, like their families were buying off the plan like lots for building their family homes, they were like, oh yeah, no, it's gonna be done in like 6 months. I'm like, it's gonna be done in 6 months? Like so I thought it was gonna be done. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be done in like 2 years.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, it's crazy. Like when you see buildings, it's literally like I swear to God, overnight sometimes. I swear I've seen a McDonald's pop up overnight once.
Literally. Oh my God. Like how I was telling you about like there were apartments that I wanted to move into in the area. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, they're like it's a new apartment building. It's like right next to a Macca's. I was telling you about that when it was still being built, and that was like what, 2017, and then a year later it was like fully done, and I'm like,
that's fucking wild.
I guess I gotta move into the apartments next to the Macca's. Like
Jesus, I don't know how they do it, but it's scary. You know, it's like, I don't like that you're building these so fast.
I mean, I'm assuming that it's also because like the technology to build things has gotten a lot better too. When we talk, I mean, like, you'd hope the suppliers were better, though. Mind you, I worked for a third-party construction supplier, and they never got shit done, so...
Really?
Yeah. So it depends on where you get your stuff from. Because, like, I mean, when I used to work at a hospital, too, it was around the time when they were, like, fully renovating it. And I think it took... I mean, it's a hospital, though, but it took them 4 years for them to like fully finish it, maybe a little bit more, and they're still like working on it now as well. But I mean, you know, that's obviously something on a bigger scale with like more people involved within the building in order for them to like renovate and build around it. But still, like, yeah, no, it's crazy. I'm just so speedy.
Surely it can't be long now. It can't be long until we've got like floating roads. Bring back the monorail.
Honestly, low key, I hated heights, but that thing was cool.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I remember like every time I walk into the city now and I see like the old monorail stops.
Yeah.
And how they like, I don't think they can take it down because it'll just mess up the building too much if they do. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, you shouldn't have taken it away in the first place.
Thanks. What's wrong with they should have just like pushed it as like tourism, like ride Sydney's monorail.
They use the song from The Simpsons as like a way to try and like sell it. Hilarious.
They should have.
I think they took the Simpsons episode to literally and were like, yeah, no, things are gonna hit the fan if we build a monorail. It's gonna end up like that Simpsons episode. It's like, no, it won't. Cowards. We all survived it. Me too. Yeah. But I mean, because like they brought like the light rail, like they extended the light rail in the city, and I think that was like, it was in the talks for a while, and like now that we have it, everyone in Melbourne's like, yeah, no, you're copying us. It's like, yeah, no, but ours look kind of newer and kind of nicer.
Ours are a lot, like, you know, cleaner.
For real though.
Just saying.
But yeah, no, just crazy. I remember like when the light rail was still being like built too. I was working at that construction company where we were like supplying stuff to them, and I was like going home with a friend, and I'm like, how come they haven't finished building it? It's like, you know, you do realize we work for the company that supplies them, and half the shit that we have is like out of stock. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're right.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah, true.
Huh?
What do you mean there's a 14 to 20 day lead time for this one item?
That's whack as hell.
Yo, I hate retail. I'm glad I don't work in retail anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of just like, God, I work in claims, in hospital claims. That's scarier. That's money. That's like money people are like paying to the company that I work for. It's like, oh, okay.
So stressful. I don't know. I don't think I could ever go back to retail. The face-to-face disrespect is just too much.
For real. Oh man, I mean, anything face-to-face I did was like barista. So that was like maybe like the worst that I got, but like people are very bold over the phone. Like they will
It's
just
true.
rip into you if they can't see you. They still rip into you when they can see you, but like
Yeah.
they rip into you. It feels like they rip into you more if they can't see you because they know that there's no like
Well,
you don't have a face to put it to.
the thing is, like, when they dial the number, they're already fuming. Like,
Yeah.
they're dialing with the intention of absolutely attacking whoever's on the other end.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know about you, but I was really good at dealing with, like, aggressive callers when I was in call center.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, I wasn't the best, but it wasn't too bad. Like half the time when escalations were given to me, it was already when it was like escalated to an account manager, and the account manager was like,
nice.
"Hey, can you process something for me for this customer who's already fuming
Yeah.
the living hell out of everyone?" We had, oh my god. Okay, so story time, because it was fucking hilarious. There was this one guy, right, and he ordered batteries from us because we sold like batteries in bulk.
No.
Mind you, these are also batteries that you can buy in bulk if you go to like a Woolies or a Coles. And basically, we sent the wrong ones. The first time I ever dealt with him, he was like yelling, and like I was like, I don't know how to respond to this. And he's like, oh, I'll speak to a manager, and then I gave him to my manager. My manager was like, he was like ripping into my manager too, and yeah, he was complaining over the fact that we sent him the wrong batteries. So we're like, okay, cool. So another day, a few weeks go by. Same thing happens. Makes the order. I think we tried to like rectify it because it was like some warehousing issue. So he calls again, but this time he's like calling around to everyone. So like if someone's like, oh yeah, we'll try to like, he calls like through to one of my friends, and he's like, you know, in a call center way, it's like if you keep speaking to me like this, I'll have to end the call, and he does. And then the guy calls back again, and he's just like ripping into like another one of my friends. My friend goes to that phone, and he's just like, if you keep doing this, like, you know, like I already told you I'm working on it. If you keep doing this, you know, I'm gonna have to like hang up on you again. Hangs up the phone. Hilarity. He's calling out to everyone at this point.
Oh, God.
And then he's got an account manager, and so he
Yeah.
starts ripping into the account manager. But my team leader, like, and so that account manager goes over to my team leader, and she's like, oh, you know, like he's so upset, like what's the situation? My team leader's like, I don't appreciate it when this customer is ripping into like 5 of my employees. Like that's not happening. You need to deal with that because we've all tried to help him and he won't listen. And yeah, I was like, that's just so funny that he's just so fuming mad over batteries that you can buy from Woolies in bulk.
Some
Like if
people
you're
are
getting the
just
wrong
like
ones.
that.
Yeah, like we can pick them up, and like if you want to go to Woolies or Coles to buy them because we keep giving you the wrong ones, then do so. Like we're trying to rectify the situation, and you're like ripping into us. Like, bro,
Yeah.
calm your tits, calm your farm, like chill.
I remember times when like some of the other call center ladies would just like put themselves on mute and then put the like customer on speaker. You just hear them yelling, and we're just like, wow. Wow, look at him, listen to him go.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I don't know. I think because like already sound really young on the phone. So they get a bit taken aback, or they would get taken aback when they'd hear me.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, well, thank you for calling. How can I help? And then like they'll start going off whatever, and I'll be like, yes, I'm sorry, I understand. You just need to know that like there's nothing much I can do on my end. I'm just a call center employee, but I can, you know, take your complaint to management, take a note, get them to call you back. And And then by the end, they're like, yeah, I understand it's not your fault, doll. It's all right.
Oh, you're so lucky. Man,
just
oh my God.
bat my eyelashes over the phone.
I mean, honestly, I only really, like, sometimes hated it because then I just have, like, old guys over the phone, like, try to, like, flirt with me.
No,
Just
no
like,
way.
How
We
come
only
my
got
wife
that over
doesn't
live
sound
chat.
like that?
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And he's like,
It's
oh, me and
just-
my friends are, like, planning a trip, like, this, like, whatever time they're going. You should, like, come. And it's like, mate, like, hello?
No boundary boomers.
It's disgusting and it's gross, and I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with that for too long, because then I moved into a national team where all I had
Nice.
to deal with was annoying accounts people
Nice.
and purchasing
Nice.
people, you know?
Nice.
Yeah. They're just as annoying. And it's also just really annoying. I'm going into, like, old work rants now, but it's kind of fun. When, like, you, like, deal with purchasing people who, like, clearly don't know what they're talking about, but they'll still rip into you anyway. Because mind you, like, I worked in construction. I actually don't even know what I was talking about or what I was, like, having to, like, you know, sell these people. But
Yeah.
then it's also, like, really funny when, like, the purchasing person clearly doesn't know what they're talking about either.
You're
like,
just
rip
both
into you.
like,
Yeah, no, but, like, they'll rip into you, like, you sent us the wrong thing, all this stuff, blah blah blah, like, the guys downstairs said it was wrong, and so I'm gonna rip into you because they ripped into me. And it's like, bro, like, we're both in the same boat here. You gave me the thing to you told me this is the thing you needed because you said that's what they said they needed. Like, I'm trying to figure this out.
you needed.
Yeah. Just,
Now you're telling me you don't need the thing you told me you needed.
and now I gotta credit it and pick it up and bring it back, and oh god, like, ah, man, retail is fine. Working in retail, in a retail industry that you have no idea what you're talking about, is a nightmare.
It's always the
It's-
learning curve. It's the worst.
Don't get me started on having to, like, try to understand nuts and bolts and springs and washers and screws and screwdrivers and just,
Yeah, nah.
if you don't know anything about construction, don't work in construction.
I was already annoying like one of the call center girls because I kept asking her questions at like my old job. She was like, and then apparently she told someone like, Tyler keeps asking too many questions, and I was like, I don't know this place.
It's literally what they tell you to do, though. It's
Yeah,
just like,
exactly.
If you have any questions, ask questions, and then someone's like, "Oh my god, it's so annoying."
I was like, whatever, it's fine. I'll ask someone else in. Sorry for wasting your time.
For real though, jokes on them though, because like they ended up using me as a person, and I literally mean using me, but like as a person to train like new staff and be buddy
Yeah.
with them and then do escalations and stuff. So like, haha, jokes on you. I might not know my shit, but you still use the fuck out of me.
Haha, I don't know what I'm teaching them.
This is Screwdriver. You sell to person. Thank you. Next.
Literally, I had to train, and I was like, "This is how you answer the phone. Here's the script."
Oh my god, I love those like call center memes that were like, you know, that you show them what you do. It's like, you're not supposed to do this, but I do this.
Yeah, same.
Literally me with like every other thing that I used to do.
Same.
When I used to train as well. It's just like, this is how I do it. You're not supposed to do it, but this is how I do it. Like,
I don't really care anyway. So, yeah. They've called me out on it like 3 times, but it's fine.
oh man. Well, this is not the direction we thought we'd go, but it's the direction we went. It's kind of
Yeah.
great.
It's where we are. And my photo booth did not stop.
That's very good. I'm so proud of your photo booth.
That's that
Like-
fresh new Mac parts vibe.
Parts vibe.
Yeah.
Shout out to the person who commented on our last podcast episode, who was just like, "F Apple, Pixel forever."
Bless.
Thank you for giving us some engagement. We appreciate it, my friend. But it's the time that we all enjoy. It's, if we had a radio show, we'd just be playing music in between all us talking, but we don't. We have a
Yes.
podcast. So
Yes.
this is the best we can do with what we
Yes.
got. So it is song recommendation time.
Mhm.
And I'm going to give the floor to you, Tyler, to kick us off.
Yay! I think last time I recommended like a very chill, vibey song.
In the episode that we didn't upload.
Yeah, that one. But this time around, I'm going to recommend a kind of like funky song, another funky
Nice.
song.
Nice.
It's called Bitter Bitch by
Nice.
Helen. And yeah, it's another sort of like pick me up kind of vibe, confidence boosting, that kind of like feel. And I think we
Nice.
need that pick me up during this weather. So
Very nice. So
off to you.
you'll better
I'm
listen to
excited.
it. Okay, well let me set the scene for everyone.
Set the scene.
Let me set the scene. It's back in like 2010 when everyone had their One Directions and whatever other boy band everyone was obsessing over at the time. I, a person who was obsessed with Nickelodeon for some reason, was into a particular boy band who had a TV show. And that boy band was Big Time Rush.
Yeah.
And now they have reunited and are releasing some fucking fire music that you don't expect from a boy band from a TV show on Nickelodeon. And so I am recommending one of their new singles that they released last year called Call It Like I See It. And it's really funky and it's kind of got like a pop R&B vibe to it as well. But what I love the most about it is sort of just like you have this sort of like kid show band who's managed to not hold on to the glory days
Yeah.
and was really just able to mature their sound to like what they I guess will like listen to or like to sing now. And it translates really well to like a more mature audience, and like I feel like it's a really nice balance for like the people who are really nostalgic for their old stuff, but people who are like new to the band who are just like, oh shit, like this music's actually really good.
Yeah,
like
hold
the
up,
music's
this
really
slaps.
good. So Call It Like I See It is one of my favorite songs that I've been listening to a lot lately, and I think that you guys, if you think that I'm crazy for liking a Nickelodeon show boy band, you should give it a chance because it's a really good song. And that's it from us. We've missed you guys. We really have missed you guys.
Yeah. It's been
We've
ages.
It feels like it's been longer than it has been, but
Yeah.
but yeah, always good to see your lovely, or I mean for you guys to see our faces. I guess we don't get to see you guys. One day maybe. Do a meet and greet in Ohio.
Oh my god, yes, let's do it.
Oh man, so thank you guys for listening as always. Shout out to the regulars that always listen and to the friends who always ask me. Here you go, it's here.
Are you
I'm
happy
sorry.
now?
Do you pay me? No. But like you could